This video will walk through the topic mastery quiz for topic 1.10, which is the normal distribution. This tutorial uses the TI84 calculator. So here are the 4 problems that we are doing. We're using a model where it's a normal shape. The mean is 100 and the standard deviation is 15. And you can kind of see that near the top here. So let me go ahead and get my little laser pointer right there. There's our model. And we're looking at some probabilities between 2 values, probability greater than a value, Q1, which is 25th percentile, and then the middle 60%. So first of all we have to do is go ahead and go to the calculator. We have all the information we need right here. So on the TI84, we need to go to second distribution. And we're doing normal CDF because that's a cumulative distribution function. Our lower is 85. Our upper is 115. Our mean is 100. And our standard deviation is 15. Calculate and paste. And there's your value that matches what we got on the other calculator, 0.6827. Okay, so we got 0.6827 on problem 1. Now we're going to go back to the calculator, and instead of going between 2 values, we're going to the right of 120. Now we're going to go ahead and calculate the probability that it's greater than 20. So we're still going to the second distribution, normal CDF. And instead of lower, my lower is now 120. Oh, let me go ahead and change 20. My upper is infinity. So how do we do that on the TI? I have to go 1 second EE 99, all right, and keep the same mean and standard deviation. So because you can't do just right-sided, you have to set a lower and an upper boundary. If you're going all the way to the right, you have to put in a really large number. Go ahead and paste, and we get the 0.0912. And we got 0.0912. Now we're going to try and find Q1, which is a 25th percentile. So I still need that normal model, 115, but instead of putting these boundary values, I'm going to put in an area of 0.25. On the next problem, we're getting the Q1, which is a 25th percentile. So when I hit second distribution, now I'm going inverse because I have to go backwards. And the area is 0.25 because it's up. Let me go ahead and do that. 25. And now I have to put in the mean, 115. And since it's a percentile, it's the left area. And hit enter. And we get 89.88. You see our answer is 89.88. Now on problem 4, we're going to look at the cutoff values for the middle 60%. So I want to make sure I specify the area of 0.6 and then let it give me the cutoff values. If I want, if I want the middle 50%, I'm still going second distribution, checking inverse norm, and I'm putting 0.6. But instead of saying left area, I want to say center area. And then I can go down and paste. And there you have 87.38 to 112.62. And we got 87.38 to 112.62. Now we look at problems 5 and 6. These don't have x's on them, they have z's. So that means we're using the standard normal distribution, which means the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. So we're going to keep using the normal distribution, but we're going to go back and change those values on the mean to 0 and the standard deviation of 1. So we'll go ahead first and calculate the probability the z-score is between negative 0.5 and 1.2. Now we have to do the standardized normal distribution. I want the probability that z is between negative 0.5 and 1.2 if I'm doing z's. So here I have to put in negative 1.5 and, I'm sorry, negative 0.5
Oh, I have to be careful on this. I have to make sure I hit the negative sign. So let me go ahead and hit the negative sign. See how that's different? 0.5. And my upper is 1.2. And because it's a z-score, it does default to 0 and 1, which is the standardized distribution, and I hit paste. And my answer is 0.5764.
And there you go, 0.5764. And now we're going to change our area so that we're pointing to the right. Now you probably go, hey, there's a little equal sign underneath it. Because these are continuous distributions, that's not really a big deal if you have greater than or equal to on these problems. So let's go ahead and set it up to look at the right area to the right of a z-score of negative 1.1.
For problem 6, I want the probability that z is greater than negative 1.1. So second distribution, inverse norm. And I put the, oops, not inverse norm. Let me hit mode clear. I want to do normal CDF because I'm just trying to calculate a probability. And then hit enter. And I want greater than 120. No, I'm sorry, greater than negative 1.1. So my lower is negative. Oh, got to hit the right negative. So hit the negative sign down here. 1.1. Upper, I have to do infinity. Second, EE, 99. And I can keep the 0 and the 1. And my answer is 0.8643.
And we got 0.8643. Problem 7 is a little more complicated because I don't give you the mean and the standard deviation. So this is what I know. I know the mean is 140, our value is 125, and our area is 0.16. I also know it's left pointing area, actually, so that's something to make a note of. All right. So if I need to go ahead and calculate the z-score, well, I'm going to go ahead and change to the z-score because you'll notice there are a couple of things we know. We know the value is 125, and we know we know the mean is 140. We're trying to find the standard deviation. Can I find the z-score? Yes, I can. If I look at left area, this is telling me left area is 0.16. And I'm just going to use 0 and 1 to get the z-score and fill this in. So I'll go ahead and do that now.
Okay, now to find the z-score for problem 7. I'm finding a z-score, so I'm getting a value from the area, so I'm going backwards. Hit inverse norm. The area is 0.16. We're doing z-scores because we don't know the mean and the standard deviation. We know just the mean. So we're going to keep it in z-scores, make sure it's left because we say less than, and then come down and hit enter. And my z-score is negative 0.9945.
So we have our z-score, we filled it in, and we have negative 0.9945. Now it's just a matter of algebra. I can just go ahead and substitute, multiply both sides by SD, the standard deviation, to get it up here. I subtract these two to get negative 15, and then I divide both sides by negative 0.9945, and I get that the standard deviation is 15.08.